What comes to my mind is if that super intelligence involved, and that's above all the intelligence that we have as individuals or startups or small companies or SMEs, if that will be so advanced that we still, the small companies will not be relevant. So something that solves all the issues, all the problems. So interesting. I don't think in 5 or 10 years, but somewhere down in the future, it may come at some stage. I would say as a teenager, I was always interested into bridges and civil engineering and how tall buildings stay stable and how we get a long span. So bridge engineering was my main interest. For that reason, I studied civil engineering. And then I moved to the States. I did my master's degree. I graduated in Greece, and I moved to the States. And there I did a master's in construction engineering and project management. So that's where I was exposed to cost estimating and all that stuff. Yeah, I had to research in the internet all these estimating tools globally. It was a global benchmark. And at that time, we didn't have Google Forms and stuff. So I had a friend that was a doctor at the University of Computer Science, at the Computer Science department. And we wrote some script so vendors would log in and answer questions like features and stuff they were providing. So I managed to get responses from 40 companies at that time, specs. I bought with my minimum, money at the time, a few demos. I downloaded all the trials that I could get, and then I had to try to learn each one of them. So in order to understand why it's the fit for each estimating tool. And imagine that gave me the specs. So I had in my mind a list of what an estimating tool looks like, what problems it solves, what's the best of breed at that time. So that was an interesting experience. We have also with our product Cosmo, Cost Modeler, which basically gives you that gut feeling, but it's documented. So your historical estimates get in a repository, and you can do cost per square meter analysis. You can compare across history. You can, of course, adjust the data, normalize the data for inflation and all the economical values that came in. And then this square meter is coming on your iPhone. I mean, if you're a CEO of a company, you can still scroll, see my villas, my hospitals, how much is the cost per square meter. And now it depends on the data you have, the amount of data. So we're talking if you have, let's say, past estimates, 10 hospitals, then it's a linear regression. For example, to give you some cost planning, statistical analysis, one attribute. If you have 30 or more products, you can do multi-attribute analysis. So it might be the number of beds plus the volume of the hotel plus the number of patients it gets per year. So this can be the drivers. You can do more accurate analysis. And that's something we're doing recently now. We're doing it with a very big industrial construction company, doing industrial plants and buildings. They give us hundreds of projects, and then we can start looking at machine learning and predict the cost per square meter of the cost of the new plant based on their historical estimates. I was involved on the ICMS standard. I was the committee that was drafting the standard. And the first three versions are not now anymore there. But my first role was to make sure that the standard is data driven. So somebody can report in that standard, no matter how your estimate is structured, the code must be the same with the same description. So you don't slightly change something you draft differently, the report. And so ICMS is definitely that direction. It's helping solve that issue. The attributes, even we had to say this is the name of the attribute you have to report. Like the built up area must be GFA, gross floor area, right? You must have the same name for all estimating systems or design system to report in the same name and the same format. So it's very important to have this consistency and accuracy. We do lots of R&D in AI. So I have a team of R&D guys that are looking into AI. The latest release we have, Cosmos 8.5, our estimating platform. We use AI to basically it's NLP, it's LLM, large language model. So when you upload the bill of quantity BOQ in the system, let's say you're a contractor, the LLM will search into your local database to find the best matches that you have within your own data and scores them. So you can check from within my own dataset, my own database, what are the best matches that I need to price, that I can use for pricing this. If I am in a rush, maybe I can automatically select the best matches, right, and assign the details. Now we have also the same algorithm with online databases, a commercial database. Let's say you want to compare with external database what's happening. You can also run this scenario and get the best matches. So that's one area we have delivered in the last release. Mm-hmm. I still think 2D is important part of the business, right? 2D takeoffs, working with drawings and stuff. So we have implemented the computer vision for automatic counting objects, let's say how many doors, how many floors. We are working on R&D stage now for also taking off from 2D drawings. And that's something we realized late because we thought that with BIM that's not necessary. There's always a human in the middle, right? I mean, yeah, there's always assumptions and even the fundamental of estimating by itself, even money, you're translating something to money, value that you're gonna give me to transfer to the project. Money itself is something that is changing. The way money is produced is interesting. If you read, there's some nice books you can read, like The Price of Money. That makes it hard even. It's not linked to gold, for example, right? That's a value that's constant and you know how it's evolving. It's a confidence between us exchanging money. This can go up if I need something a lot from you. If I'm building a mega project, I'm going to change the economy at scale. I'm going to pay more to get it done quickly and at this scale. So estimating is going to be there always. I don't think there's a function. AI will definitely improve the speed and the quality of the work that the QS is delivering. So AI will help, to make faster decisions, price something faster, more accurately maybe. And we see already, we have proof within our system for that. I mean, we have metrics now, we know it's happening. The skills that the QS needs to understand is now how AI make this recommendation or this assumption. You need to understand a bit how you train a model, how you train some machine learning or LLM models to be able to understand why this is proposed by AI and what does it mean. What is a data set, how I train a model, not very detailed, but at least understand something and where are the faults maybe. If you're missing some data, you need to be able to judge, and get the conclusion you need. That's the important skill that I think it's going to happen. Okay, there are a few things. I mean, Greek philosophy is huge, right? And I like the Stoic philosophers a lot. I read. If I want to sum up the two things that as a philosophy I follow, one is keep everything moderate. Even as a business, we didn't try to get funded, move quickly and acquire a customer base and grow like a unicorn or stuff like that. We moved, tried to keep everything moderate. So get our customer base, become profitable, and then grow organically by acquiring more customers. So that's something we followed from the Greek philosophy.
Yes.
That's the one thing I think. And the other thing is that everything flows from Heraclitus. So you cannot get into the river twice in the same river. So keep that in mind. Everything moves and changes, and you have to